Real quick, y'all, before we get started with today's video, I would just like to send a thank you to my entire family, y'all. They come out here on a Saturday whenever I didn't even know I wasn't even gonna be coming out here, and they cleaned up everything, guys. They cleaned up all of our patio area over here. Pretty sure Lester did some fence work. Everything is mowed and picked up and pretty. All this stuff on the deck here is all organized. The burn pile is no more. It's all spread out so grass can grow, y'all. The inside of the house is just, look at this, spectacular, y'all. I remember there was a time when I couldn't even hardly walk through this doorway. Y'all, I couldn't hardly walk through the doorway. All the scraps are picked up and moved and cleaned. And I have a fresh slate to work with, y'all. And right now, we're going to get started. Thank you again to all of my family that come out and helped. It seriously, y'all, it gives me a new motivation to come in here and work rather than come in here and dig around in a mess, y'all. I have just a couple goals today, y'all. Just a couple goals, but these goals here are going to give us a whole lot of leadway into what we do next, okay? We have some rain coming this week, so I have to get this outside stuff done today. I don't have an option but to get it done today, or else we're going to set ourselves up for a long time of delays, y'all. So the first thing I want to do today, the very first thing is I'm going to get on the tractor. I'm going to get on this here tractor. I got the plow loaded up on the trailer. That's, well, it's over there. It's just behind the truck. Okay, the plow's over there. What I want to do is I want to dig this trench from right here. And I want to make this trench go all the way around there to go into the house, okay? Also, I want to break out this concrete today. And then what I want to do is get all this pipe laid and glued inside the trench and take it into the house, y'all. That's our goals for today. Besides that, I got to put out some hay for the cows. And other than that, I don't care what else happens, y'all. Let's do this. I think the very first thing we should do, y'all, before we get tired and, you know, out of breath and get too hot and everything, we should do the physically demanding work first. So I think what we'll do is I got the tractor right here. I'm going to bring the bucket over and try to dig underneath it and try to just kind of lift it and see if it'll break apart that way. If not, I got a trusty old sledgehammer. Well, hold on, it's not a sledgehammer. It's the back of an axe. I have a trusty old back of an axe that I'll be swinging, and we'll just break it all up because our trench, you see, our trench has to come from the end of that pipe, and it has to come straight through this way, y'all. So we don't have an option. This has to come out. All right, so coming from the well, we got to do some shovel work through here, y'all. But we got our trench going. We got to do some shovel work underneath the fence. Not a big deal. Coming along here, we got our trench done. Now what I've done is I've tried to take the plow on the tractor. I've tried to dig up underneath there, like running it as far as it'll go. And then I came this way and I tried to run it as far as it'll go. So hopefully I've like knocked out a lot of loose dirt underneath there, y'all. So what I got to do now is use the shovel, dig down, maybe the post hole diggers, maybe the auger, I don't know. But then our trench is going to come out, you know, underneath the other side of this concrete. It's going to come over, and then I just got to clean this up a little bit. And it'll turn and go straight to the house right there where we got this trench dug. So, all right, guys, we're ready. Let me try to start boring. It's called boring. Let me try to bore, which I think that's like with a drill. They like drill underneath. But hey, we don't have that luxury, y'all. We got a shovel. So let's start shoveling underneath this sidewalk here. If people can do this with a plastic spoon in prison, I can do it with the shovel on our farm. Hopefully. There we go. Got to knock it all off the bottom of the concrete too. It's all stuck to the bottom. There we go. We have to almost be through the other side. We have to. I'm touching the shovel. I'm touching the shovel. I'm touching the shovel under there. We did it. We're gonna do it. Let's work it. Let's get the dirt out. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, y'all, we did it. I did not think we were gonna successfully do that, y'all. Hold on, let me knock out some more dirt. Look at that. Awesome, y'all. We did it. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that. Let me show y'all. Let's look together. I hadn't got to look. Let's look together. Okay. Well, oh yeah, there we go. There's the light on the other side. We did it, y'all. All right, y'all, so most of the labor-intensive stuff is done. Okay, so everything else is just brain power and putting together a giant puzzle. Here is the first piece of our puzzle. And the only difference in today and yesterday is yesterday we had a 90-degree angle right here. And so you can see how it made the pipe kind of stand upward like this. It would have been up like this. Now with our 45, it's going to point down like this and run more along this concrete. So we'll get our first piece kind of put on here. And keep in mind, y'all, we're not gluing anything, okay? Not yet. We are going to today. We're going to get everything glued. But not until I start right here and I make sure that everything is going to go exactly where it needs to go, okay? So now we'll start here. We'll put our 90 on. Okay, perfect. I'll point that down. And this is going to take us right along the concrete here. Oh, carry on. Oh, carry on. Oh, carry on. That was embarrassing. I should probably just edit that out. But we'll carry on. We'll carry on. Something, something, something. Don't know all the words except for carry on. There's ants everywhere over here, doggone it. All I can say is I hope it's right, because here we go, y'all. I gotta get the glue and cement opened up, or I'm sorry, the glue and the primer opened up. We're ready, y'all. There's the primer. Here is the cement. Okay. Here we go. First piece ever. We're gonna prime the inside. We're gonna prime the outside. Make sure it's all clean. Ready to go. Grab our glue. Put some on the outside here. Grab some glue. Put some on the inside here. And there we go. It's our first piece, y'all. We did it, y'all. We put on our first piece. We put on our first piece. Now this here is going to be our second piece. Now, let me look at this again, because I can't decide if I want the 45 on it or if I want the 90, because just the way it fits on top of the concrete. I think we're going to go with the 45, y'all. Okay, let's prime up our 45. Let's prime up our other one. Get it all ready to go, y'all. Let's glue the inside of our 45. Let's glue the outside of this. And now we're just gonna slide it on. We're just gonna slide it up on here. Uh-oh. We're gonna hold it on there right there. Good. Good, y'all. There that is. Now we need this little piece that's going to go down. So we'll get it primed. We'll get the inside of this primed. We'll get the outside of this glue. Get the inside of this glue. And we will slide it on. We'll keep it on there tight. Let it dry. It's already getting tight. And now it will not move. Beautiful. All right, we're doing it. We're doing plumbing. Now we just gotta go all the way down, and I'm not gonna bore y'all with watching me glue all that stuff, but we're just gonna go all the way down now. Okay guys, I've made it down here to where we're gonna 90 and go up into the house. Well, I'll go over there and then go up and then go into the house. I got chills down my spine. I start looking around and I'm like, okay, seriously, what could be wrong? Like, I'm out here in the backyard, I'm by myself. What could go wrong? You know, what's giving me the chills? What is this strange feeling coming over me? And I'll be doggone y'all if at that very moment I didn't look down and read that. Okay, let me turn my phone around so you guys can read it right side up. Yeah, that's probably the reason for the chills down my spine. Charlotte must be right here somewhere messing with me, y'all. Oh my God. I'm so close to being done. I just got to keep on going. I'm scared though. We're going to bring the water into the house right where it was brought in before. So before it was brought in underneath the slab and then up, you see through this pipe, and then this is where the water all splits off right here, y'all. But what I'm going to do is come up just a little bit to right here. Okay, and that's where I'm going to drill my hole, and then it'll tee off, and then, you know, we can run it through the same notches. We can run our pipes all through the same notches that they have in here, y'all. So let me start my hole from the inside, just so I know where we're going. Let's take out that insulation. Okay, let me go out there and start drilling that hole. All right, y'all, from the inside, here is our hole, and this is how we're going to connect outside. So I'm going to go out there. I just got to run up a little stub pipe and then a 90, connect this on, and then we'll be working in here, y'all. Well, for about 2 feet. Would you guys believe that we're done? That we're completely done with our plumbing, and I'm about to show you all of it. But what if I told you that we are 190 degree away from being completely finished? And I've searched in the truck. I've searched 2 bags from hardware stores. And somehow, some way, I am 190 degrees short from being finished with this job, guys. That's frustrating. And all the hardware store, it's not like it's just like 5 minutes down the road and I run to a hardware store and I'm back and I finish. I have to wait until tomorrow, but it's okay. It's okay, y'all. We did a lot of stuff today. Let me show you all the plumbing. Here we go, y'all. We come out of the well. We have a ball valve right here, if I can move it. Okay, a ball valve there to turn off water from the well, to turn off all the water. We're gonna come down right here. Okay, right here, this is kind of stubbed up like this because we're gonna put a valve right here. And then it drops straight down, y'all. It drops straight down and it's gonna run through this trench, which we still have to cover up and bury. But I'm leaving it open right now because I don't know if the electrician wants to use this trench. He's going to come this week and hook up our water well to this meter right here. So I don't know if he needs the trench still dug. So we came down here with our trench. We got to the sidewalk. We couldn't bust through it. We couldn't break it up. We couldn't move it. We bored underneath it. We kept going with our trench. We kept going. We came down here. We made a 90 degree turn. Okay, let's follow this along our 90 degree turn. It's going to come straight up here to the house. And at this at this 90 here, it goes into the house. Okay, we cut out the hole and it goes into the house. Now, let me take you inside the house and I'll show you what that does inside the house. Okay, so if we come around here, this is where it comes in the house, okay? And you can see it comes in and it makes a T. So this side we're going to convert down into PEX plumbing and run all of our cold water through the house in PEX, okay? This, you can see it tees off and it goes back that way and it goes back out the wall. Uh-oh, what's happening here? What's happening here? Why is it going back out the wall? So it goes back out the wall right here, and everything will be adjusted and fit all in these grooves really perfectly once I have my last 90. But look at this, guys. It runs right out the wall, which would be into our water heater house shed thing. And then I'll show you. It's going to come up. It's going to come out of the wall. Okay, and then here's where I'm missing the 90. I should have a 90 right here. And then this pipe is going to connect right here. It's going to turn straight up. It's going to come up here. I'm going to cut it off. And then into our flex hose. I don't really know what this is called, but this flexible hose that connects onto our water heater. It's going to point down like this. And this pipe is going to come up. And it's going to go right in there, y'all. It's going to go right in there and right down there. And then this part is finished, okay? From there, I need guidance. I need guidance from there, which I think we're going to bring our hot water down just the same way as this one is. We're going to bring it down into the house. And then we will have our cold water here and our hot water here. And then we convert it all into PEX, and then we run the inside of the house in PEX plumbing, guys. But Mr. Doug, I'm sure he will make me more drawings and give me more instruction from here. But we're looking good, y'all. We got done with all of our plumbing for the inside of the house today. Well, at least running the water from the well to the inside, okay? So now we just got to run water, and it should be pretty simple. All the notches are already cut out of all the studs and everything. We just got to run water around to the sink, to the bathtub, to the kitchen sink, and down to the washer. No big deal, no big deal. I'm sure if I have all the supplies and a drawing from Mr. Doug, I can get it done in a day. That's all for this one. Bye, guys. Have a great day. I'm going to put out some hay for our cows, and that'll be that.